Hello, how are you guys doing? Yes, fantastic time for all English fans. Yes, I'm wearing, Yes, I'm wearing the jersey because I'm one of those guys who said we all have to, it's going to be a mystery what Gareth Southgate does. And well, I guess he had a plan all along, which was to put up the wall. I mean, I've never seen an English wall in my life. I've seen a Chinese wall, I've seen a Portuguese wall, I've even seen a German wall, but I ain't seen an English wall in my life. And it was certainly a very entertaining game because it was so tactical. I just sat there and I was like, wow, there's no space. Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice just showed us what West Ham and Leeds are all about. So I was very impressed with England yesterday. I disagree with people who say that Jack Grealish should have started. No, I can understand why Gareth Southgate brought him on in the second half. It's when things start getting desperate, legs start getting tired, and concentration levels drop. That's when you bring in players like Jack Grealish, and he did just that. He brought Jack Grealish on when it was time. And he did it to perfection yesterday. I was very impressed. That Luke Shaw, that goal that what's his face scored, Raheem Sterling scored, right? That goal happened due to a lack of concentration at the back, and that's exactly how Luke Shaw pounced on it. The great decision was made to actually start with Luke Shaw, and he pounced on a mistake, and Jack Grealish went wide, and he played the smart game. He was so good, man, yesterday. I think the English team deserve all the plaudits. So Harry Kane doesn't get as many touches in and around the box, but to a certain extent, you can see why England were playing the way they were. They were trying to play between the lines and behind the lines, and it was a very good display. England have yet to concede a goal, and you compare this to the Spain match, right, against Croatia, where we had 71 minutes where somebody was chasing the game, and about, I think it was 41 minutes where the game was tied. So we had 1-1, then we had 2-2, then we had 3-3, right? Was it something like that? Oh no, 1-1. I know 1-1 and 3-3. There was 3 points in the game where the scores were tied. It was a case of two technically capable midfields going to battle against each other. The weakest thing about the match was the flanks, right? Where the fullbacks were playing on the day. So that's where all the vulnerabilities lay. You could see Luis Enrique trying to use his number 8s more like half-channel players like Mazzalas. And then tactically, you could see after a while they would drop a bit deeper because the Croatians, one moment Modric was playing in midfield, but he didn't know who to close out. Should he close out Busquets or should he close on Pedri? In the end, You could see Luka Modric at times being the furthest forward. I was so impressed with the midfield. However, I don't think, it was an entertaining game because of the goals. I think we haven't seen a match produce that many goals in the Euros since it was started, if I'm not mistaken. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. I hope you guys are well today. Hello, Joe. Hello, Martin, Eduardo Correa, and Risky Pradana. Yes, today we are going to be doing Bring Your Tactics. So we've got a couple of tactics already in. I will be opening up. It up to everybody as well, who's on the stream. We've got a few tactics in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to load some random game from one of you guys. We'll just switch over. I'm so disappointed. Sweden fell short, and I feel like with those players we could control. Yeah, I know Sweden. Okay, the argument about whether it's a red card or not. Some people, there are two camps, right? It's so divided. The internet is very divided. There are lots of people going, it wasn't. There are a lot of tackles in the game where a player wins the ball and takes down the player, right? But the rules of the red card are straightforward, right? Endangering a player. Now, if you have no control over your actions, then it sometimes can be reckless. So if you look at the rules are pretty. They leave a lot of the decision making to the referee, right? Now, some people will say it was reckless, but that follow through would have happened because he's lunging for the ball. But the moment any player lunges for a ball, whether it's with 1 foot or 2 feet, if you win the ball, even if you win the ball, you take the player down, there is going to be a card. There's going to be a risk of a card. So, with that in mind, that was a red card for me, right? That was a red card. I felt sorry for Sweden. It's some referees may not have given it, but I think quite a few referees would have given it. A lot of strikers like Gary Lineker, Stan Collymore believe that it shouldn't have been a red card. And there are quite a few others who believe it should have been a red card. So you get the, I played football in a generation where those kind of tackles would happen regularly. Okay. And it happens, right? You get injured, and it's only a yellow card. So with modern technology, I guess now we can't run away from slow-mos, can we? Because slow-mos make it look a lot dangerous. Yeah, I think the problem here is that we're going to end up in this discussion and there's going to be a debate, right? I think if I can find, because Stan Collymore put up a pretty good argument for why it should only be a yellow card. Gary Lineker believes it should only be a yellow card, right? Lots of players believe it should not be Anders Limpa believed it was not a yellow card. He's Swedish, of course, yeah. When I don't see the slow-mo replay, it's not a red card. When I see the slow-mo replay, it's a red card. That's the problem right now, right? Technology is coming in and is, playing that big part. But the problem is this: when you play football and you lunge, it can be a card. So depending on how dangerous the tackle was, right, on the spot, it can become a red card. So this is what we have to remember. When you lunge at a play, and the studs were up. Let's get this right, okay? His foot wasn't down. Studs were up as well. So studs are up. It goes into a fella's knee, and it's a follow through, right? That is a red card. You see, that's the problem with that's the thing. That's how the rules are, and you want to protect players. You don't want them to get. You don't want a player to be a paraplegic, do you? There are challenges in the game that have been quite bad in the past. So that's why they're trying to protect the players. Sterling scoring 4 goals in 4 Euro games. Teams might look down on him because of his league form. I think for Sterling, it's more a case of he's a polarizer. He polarizes opinions, right? He does a lot of. So which of these 3 saves do we take? We don't use a lot of this, right? We use Claudio Almeida save. I was asking for Alex save. I didn't get his save in. So yeah. I think Sterling is playing quite well. Harry Kane finally scored a goal, but that was a hell of a header, man, for Harry Kane. That was a hell of a header from Harry Kane. I was so impressed with his header. Because diving headers, you fly, right? Okay. Or you stand, you jump and you head, right? Or you're standing and you're heading. But can you try heading while sliding on your knees? Like coming down? And then twist your head like that? You try that. You just go and try it in a game. It's not easy. It's so difficult. I mean, like, I was like, what the hell? He's twisted his head like this and he's actually going down on one knee. Man, impressed. That's why when Kingsley Coman missed, was it Kingsley Coman? I think it was Kingsley Coman, right? Was it him who didn't hit the ball in the game? Same game. I put out a note on Twitter saying that he should be mentored by Harry Kane, man. Yeah, man, there are so many hits the post, right? I felt for Sweden, but if Sweden had got into the, I still think that I still think Italy are gonna win this, all right. And the Czech Republic you have to watch out for the Czech Republic. Gotta watch out for the Czech Republic, man. They have this Jekyll and Hyde personality when it comes to football. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the modern game. Yeah. Harry Wilson getting a red card, that was sad. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we're starting this. We're loading tactics that you guys sent in today. So these are the tactics we've gotten. So Alec, your tactic first up. Okay, so you've got a 4-2-3-1. Again, once again, I'm just gonna play the game, and then we will look at your tactics. So let's try and understand what this tactic is meant to do, right? So first thing I look at is this. You're playing in the opponent's half. This is a high engagement tactic. You're trying to play in the opponent's third, so you got to be very careful in the back line. When you do something like this, positive, your players will be taking some risk as far as when they are going to bomb up and down as well. But you got to be careful with slow defenses, because this you can't really do this if your defenders are slow. And you also need defenders who can tackle, like the centrally placed defenders. They have to be able to tackle. Because what will happen when the ball goes between your lines is these, and I found this out by playing Fantasy Draft, okay? Because Fantasy Draft, you got all kinds of players, right? So I went and tried out, because you don't get this chance, and this is one of the reasons why I like Fantasy Draft. I like to try players with very good mentals and poor tackling. And I put them in these positions. You know what happens? They just track, but they don't tackle. So what's going to happen is the player's going to run backwards, and the faster player is just going to go past him, and you'll be screaming, going, "Why doesn't he tackle? Why doesn't he tackle?" So you have to make sure that these two guys aren't just fast. If they're fast, what they will do is they'll track. They'll track the player, and he might not get a shot off, right? So this is what you have to remember. So this is very important when you play with a higher defensive line. Okay, so what have you got here? Wingbacks. Okay, this makes sense because it's a 4-2-3-1. So you actually have a problem linking this group and this group together, right? So these two are your what we like to call a pivot in the game, because the game will pivot around these two players. Okay, so wingbacks make some sense. However, they run with the ball, which increases the importance of these two players. So the moment these guys become wingbacks, these guys become damn important. Of course, you can play with fullbacks if you're a weaker team, right? If you play with fullbacks, that's fine. But then again, you run the risk of needing one of these players to either be playing on a defense duty, or they comes deep to get the ball. Because these fullbacks will need some players. I mean, they will need players to give them, to receive the ball. So we've got overlap left, overlap right, player or defense. Okay, fine. I'm quicking. I don't care. I don't know who these players are from Jack, right? So we're just gonna watch. And I've never played with this team before, so I have no clue. We'll find out very soon. Okay, and then we'll figure out what's going right or wrong with the tactic based on the players, right? Okay. All right, so we'll watch this on, say, extended highlights, right? Okay, first thing we see is where's Deportivo? Are we Deportivo? A good idea for me to know who's my goal, which team is. Okay, so this is us, blue, right to left. Look at this. I want to go back, man. This is too quick. Okay, from kickoff, right? So this is the full wing back. Look at that. This is what the wing back gives to your game. Bang, he's already up. This is good. This is good, right? So if you only see this, it passes one test, which is he needs options, right? So he's got the options. The only problem was There was nobody arrive. I mean, players were arriving or not arriving. You got two inside forwards going this way. You got AP. The only problem with this kind of a tactic is, you see this? 1, 2, 3. They're not very attacking. So this AP, he's gonna have to be God's AP. He's gonna have to be super good. Oh, he's gonna come deep to get a ball. Arrives late. This is a very good AP. It could work with this team. If you want to play AP, those are the two traits you want. You want him to come deep to get the ball, and you want him to get into the box. So basically, he's like a very active yo-yo. Okay? So he's gonna drift around a lot. So, and then your set pieces, I haven't checked your set pieces yet. I'm not going to check the set pieces. So this is actually a good position to be in. But now we've got 4 attack duties now. Right, who's he going to find? Every one of them is attacking space. You see, the options run out. Right, now this is a set piece, right? So let's just... I want to see one build-up play. Right, so we've got 3 attack. The problem when you have 3 attack duties is nice. You're whacking... and you can have this kind of situations where everybody's out of position. They look at that 1, 2, 3. Everybody got into the box. He's gone in now. Who's he gonna pass the ball to? He's gonna have to play a killer pass to any one of these 3, right? So he's gonna have to. So a player in this position then needs to have like Barrios. This is the wing back now. Look where the others have ended up. You know this inside forward. This is Monroe. The other one's forward. AP is here. He's probably not. AP's got 3 players on him, so he's got to play the pass through the line. So this wingback has to deliver the ball early. Alright, that's the first thing we notice. Okay, he can't. He's going to run out of options, right? So either he delivers the ball early, or or you just hope that he finds somebody to pass the ball to. There we go. Now it's looking slightly better, the transition. But we still have a problem. Everybody's running too far forward. There's no verticality in your tactic except for one thing. Everybody's running forward. That's the only verticality we're getting. We're not getting anybody holding up the ball and say, okay, here, let's move the defense around. Especially when they've got this setup. So the AP here is like having issues. So now we're playing so high up the pitch. This guy, the good thing about advanced forward, you can leave an advanced forward here, but his problem is going to be... Okay, the problem with this advanced forward is you're much higher line. I mean, much higher line of engagement just says this guy starts to press, everybody else follow, right? Okay. We got to get this guy to... Let's just put him on support, right? So now he drops deep. Now he hangs out with this tree. And we got another AP here. Okay, this doesn't make sense. Okay, I would, because if you have this AP going, it's better. Okay, I would just go. Okay, one, I could go Mazala. Right, this guy goes this way. Okay, then you get this. You get a slightly different dynamic. Okay, this guy will run into the half spaces. It opens up this whole area. So you gotta make sure that this guy has got good defending. Okay, all right. He can't win. Okay, let's just watch what happens, right? Okay, so you got Mazala, we got AP on support, right? So these two might work together now. Because so far the AP has been having problems, right? I mean, we've been dominating the match only because we've been camping in the opponent's half. Okay, so now nothing is happening. Okay, what we do is now we got these two, we versus these two, right? Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna become a bit more patient. Okay, let's go this. We drop this. We go work ball into box. Okay. I want to leave this because I don't want to change too much. These guys are running forward. I want to get the wing backs into play. I want these guys to get into the box. Where does it make sense to do that? We'll do it here. What? You got marks. You got a lot of PIs. Okay, he is basically putting pressure on them. Okay. Now if you're gonna do this, right, where you're putting pressure on their wing backs, right? Okay, what we're gonna do here is different. We're gonna turn this guy into a shadow striker. We're gonna turn you into a I'm gonna turn him into a DLF on support. Okay. Okay, so all that nonsense after that. DLF on support, we're going to turn you into a shadow striker. Or Trequartista. Both can work, right? Okay. Okay, so... Okay, we go to Trequartista. This is even more fun, okay? Now we've got this guy dropping. This guy, okay, he might drop deep, right? But he's already got comes deep to get the ball. So we don't need that Daljit. Okay, so... But shadow striker, okay. This guy drops, these two will swap, these two will come inside, these two will come up the pitch. Get this? So these two guys are going to bomb up the pitch. These guys are going to hold their position until they get into the pitch. Okay, so we got a tempo. Okay, we're working the ball into the box. So that's the only change I'm making to this tactic, right? Okay, this is a very aggressive tactic. We're just going to keep it playing the same way. Okay. I won't change too much. Because there are some people who like this kind of football, right? But we want verticality. We want players moving in, out, in, out. We want to create a vertical movement in our tactic, especially when they've got a DM here. We want that DM to be pulled out of position. So you see what's happened here. Look at where they come. So now you see the inside forwards, the wing backs in position. We get a goal. You see, this is what we want to see. Okay, we want to see those inside forwards being able to run into the box because there's space now. All right, so we got nice verticality going on. When I talk about verticality, what am I talking about? I'm talking about roles in front that do this. They move up and down like that. So this is not bad. Now we got a different nice setup. Oh. Okay. Okay, what else can we do? You can actually turn this guy into a pressing forward. They're bloody annoying to play against. DLF is support is one. Then you got pressing forward, right? They keep those they basically are annoying because they are just next to they're running around and they are putting pressure on the defenders when they have the ball, right? So you see what he does? He goes straight for the defenders. They are forced into clearing the ball. So you get back the ball and then you get all the movement all over again. Right? Bang. Okay, simplicity. We don't want to change too much of the tactic. We just want to keep the flow, right? Okay. So all you got to do is make simple changes. Understand what those changes have done. Why we are making those changes. That's all. Because we want to get others involved in the play. I'm not changing too much of this tactic because I think it's the decent tactic. I like the idea of the inside forwards coming in. But what we're doing is we're putting a dilemma for the DM's position. Now the DM's position has got a major headache. Because you've got shadow striker coming in, pressing forwards. Who's he going to mark, right? So the DM is in trouble. So now I got my phone going. Hey, I don't know who this guy is. We just put him in for fun. No idea who that guy is. This is not my save. And my phone is pinging away. Wellington. How come best world is Kawalan? What the hell is wrong with Wellington Fu? That's my friend. I've known him since we were 16 years old. He's very successful now. But I always disturbed him for his name. I've never met a Chinese guy in my entire life. Two names I've met, Chinese friends of mine. One guy's name is Wellington, and the other guy's name is Casanova. His parents must have had a very big sense of humor. Casanova Tan. It's not as bad as the other friend. This guy is not my friend. We went to university together. I saw his name on the board because we have to apply for courses, right? So his surname is Cock, and his first name is Harold. And I fell off. I just looked at the board. I fell off and I started laughing. Everybody was like wondering what was wrong with me. And I said, no, Harry Cock got into the class for biology. I was like laughing. I couldn't handle it, man. So yeah. Funny names. Okay, so this tactic is sorted, right? That's not enough idle chit chat. Okay, we got a tactic. So what do we do? Pressing for shadow striker, inside forward, bam, Mazala. Okay, it works, right? So you can get okay. What if you don't have a player who can play Mazala? Mazalas are pretty standard players, right? Okay. What you want to look for is the most important thing you want to look for is this. They need about 10 to 12 in flair. Okay, they need off the ball. Oh, this guy needs passing. This guy's vicious. This guy's a hell of a Mazala, man. Okay, he's good. So basically, you can tell from here as well. Like, you see, he's 4 stars. Okay, 3 or 4 stars should be fine if they have if this shows his role ability versus the rest of your team. Okay. So we can actually come in here and then you can, like, if you even a roaming playmaker works here, right? You can even go roaming playmaker here with CM on defense if you don't have a Mazala, right? But what you want is a role there that moves, right? You don't want to use a DLP, okay? You want to use either a roaming playmaker, central midfielder on support, or a Mazala. I wouldn't use a Cairelo because they are very they're not very dynamic. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. So we won this game. Can we save and do it and do this game again and again and again? Who did we just play? Oh, we played Underlight. Yeah. Okay, let's just send assistant, whatever. Tactics. Who are we playing next? I hope we get a Man City man next. Okay, hey, we got Man City coming up. Okay, go on holiday next match. Okay, so the next tactic, right? Okay, we got Mayokai. What am I doing here? Ryan, I think I somehow made my reigning Champions League Manchester team worse by signing Messi on a free. You didn't, man. I would have signed Messi on a free as well. I mean, look at Messi's attributes in the game. Man, I'll sign him any day. I definitely would sign. I would play Messi in my tactic because he's so good. You can play him as a four. You can play him in so many positions. It just boggles the mind. The English might. I won't be surprised. The English have been very good at doing one thing, right? They've been very solid defensively, but Czech Republic could end up facing England. I mean, this Euros has got so much drama. Ukraine has Sweden to thank to getting them into the last 16, and Sweden ended up playing Ukraine. Man, that was so sad. Okay, all right. So your tactic is very simple. Just do pressing forward on support. Turn this guy into a shadow striker. Play this guy as a Mez, and that's it. Right? You can definitely. Why did I change? Did I change anything else? I did work ball into box, right? Yeah, that's it. And then I don't remember I may have messed the tempo as well. But yeah, I mean you can always go back and watch the show. Okay, let's take another tactic. 4-3-3 away for Pajayan. Okay, all right. So what have you got? Winger, AF, inside forward, Mez, as well. Okay, nothing to do here except maybe these two roles can become wingbacks. Other than that, I wouldn't change the tactic. Yeah, this tactic, roll it out. Why do people want to roll it out? It's like a recipe for disaster. If you're rolling it out, always tells your keeper to play to your two central defenders, right? Now, if you play against a team that's got very aggressive pressing, you could get into trouble. So unless you have very good defenders who can pass the ball and have got good composure, first touch dribbling, because you are playing with this, no? Ball playing defender. So unless they are really good, right, I would recommend distributing to your wingbacks and your defenders and removing roll it out. I'm not a big fan of roll it out. Yeah, it depends on the quality of your keeper. Pressing forward, can he work with the target man? Yeah, can. Target man and pressing forward can work together. What's wrong with this picture? We concede a goal really quickly, you know. Look at this. 4. Guy goes to close down. They are staying in position. He plays it back. This guy goes to close down. Where is everybody else? They don't know what he's doing. And then this guy plays between the lines. What this tactic lacks is a punch through the middle, because you got the fullbacks aren't really coming up the pitch very hard. When you see something like this, right? This guy has to take control of the game. He's got to come into this pocket. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing the ball in transition a lot. We'll just substitute these players. I don't know what's happening, but okay. we got nothing, right? Highlights not showing anything, right? So we're obviously not really doing much with the ball. So we're gonna turn this guy into a mess on attack. We're gonna turn you into an inside forward on support. Why am I changing it to inside forward? Mess and inside forwards, they kind of like quite funky. Okay. Alternatively, okay, let's say we go mess on attack, winger on support is also not a bad move, right? Mess and winger also is not a bad move. Let's pause the game. All right. But we want again, the issue is verticality in your tactic, right? So we're not getting any, because here the DLP only has one option: go this way. This guy is just coming here in the half space with this guy. I don't know what they're supposed to do, right? You can use an inverted winger, but then both of them will be in the same spaces, right? And then you end up just losing the ball here if your players aren't good enough at creating chances. So you need this guy to come up the pitch because of that. Right? You need this guy to come up the pitch because you see we can carry on playing, but you'll see the same situation develop, right? We are losing the ball. We can't build play up. I mean, we should be able to apply a lot of pressure on defenses, but you have to first remember 4-3-3s are primarily defensive, right? The reason why a lot of teams are able to play them really well, you see what's happened? Okay, nothing has happened, right? And Mez went and then he gave the ball back to the DLP because, hey man, playmaker, boss doesn't want me to run in the center, so guess what? And then everybody ran to the middle. There's all this congestion going on. The DLP says, I don't know what to do with the ball. I'm just going to give it to the defender because he's a ball-playing defender. Now it transfers responsibility. That's it. We ran into trouble again, right? That's about it. I mean, okay. The only good thing was that there was one diagonal, right? So what we can do is we can drop this slightly, make it a lower line of engagement, right? It's still kind of defensive, yeah. Got Mess here, we got winger here, we got inside forward here. The question is, where do we want to? What's this guy? Runs the ball down the left, okay. We're gonna remove the passing. We're gonna go standard. This is no work ball into box. You can't work the ball into the box because these guys are not gonna be. You're basically asking this group of players to work the ball into the box because these guys aren't really they're not very active in the game, right? So what we can do is we can turn this guy into a fullback on attack. You see, the reason is you're telling this guy to take fewer risks, so he's you're not getting any link between him and this guy. I mean, we just play it a bit more, but that's the problem here. There's no ambition in this tactic, right? So you need really good players in order for you to win games, simply because you got 2 or 3 players who manage to score, right? But you're not going to unlock a lot of sides. See, 0-0, we haven't had a single shot. Look at that. Our XG is like, it blipped. It's just had one blip, 0.001. And I've never seen, I've managed to achieve XG, so it's quite low, but this is the first time I've gotten it down to that level. Okay, so now let's change the tactic, right? So this has got to be there's quite a lot of changes we're gonna have to make to this one, man. Okay, we have quite a lot. Okay, so first up, there's 4-3-3, so many ways to play them. Let's play a counter-attacking 4-3-3. Okay, so this is a low block 4-3-3, but we want our defenders to be part of the equation. Here, we don't want our defenders to be part of the equation. If you play higher defensive line, the only reason why somebody would do that is because he wants his fullbacks to go up the pitch, to turn these guys into wingbacks. Or if you're a bit worried, fullback on attack. Okay, I know there are quite a number of people who are a bit worried about the fullback, right? Okay, so this can be a fullback on this can be a fullback, or I prefer wingback though. Okay, half space, right? This guy is going to go into the half spaces, so we're going to tell him to attack the half space. So he's going to go this way. We're going to tell this guy to hang on and smoke a Kit Kat. I don't know, maybe you have a goal scorer here, that's why you want inside forward. Okay, we'll turn him to inside. I'm making a lot of assumptions because I don't know what your players are, so I'm trying not to change too much of your tactic. This guy, see whether you have the same PR. Stay wider, close down more. Okay, we're gonna change things around. Okay, we're gonna turn this guy into inside forward on support. I don't get it. I don't understand why you have inside forward here. You want this guy to attack, but you want him to stay wider. So you want him to stay wider. Why don't we just play wing back? Okay, so just he stays wider as well. All right, so he's gonna run wide with the ball. He's gonna close down more. He's gonna take this area. Then this guy is gonna push into the box. Okay, so we're gonna inside for an attack. Okay, done. Now we're gonna put a overlap on him. Done. This guy becomes a bit more aggressive. Okay, so he's gonna go around him and he's gonna end up near the box. Now this roll, he will drop. He will enter. He will work the channels. They got Mazala going this way. We got focusing play left and right. Let's just focus one area of the pitch, right? So we'll build up play here so that these guys will drift to this side of the pitch to support the play where the wing back is coming. They got this wing full back. Then we'll remove this and go here. And we'll just do it like this. Okay. And then with our passing, we'll just go a bit direct. We'll drop the tempo. Now, if you want to play like this, be more direct, remove this. Okay, so coughing so much, man. Another thing you can do with this is get him to be a target man, man. Get him to just move around the pitch, man. Okay, target man 12, that's fine. Okay, yeah. I will elect for somebody who drops a bit deep. Because if you're a team that's not very strong, then you basically just want one or two outlets, right? He's target man, he drops, and then he gets the ball to another player. And then we get others getting involved in the pitch. This is the first time I see the team attacking. Yeah. And then, yeah. So far, it looks half decent. Okay, so we got the winger now going in. Target man on support. This is one way of doing it. Oh, it's the second highlight. Not too bad. And this is a wing back. Okay, nice. Okay, now I see a lot of possibilities, right? Okay, we can work ball into box. And then we'll use the width a bit more and use our wing backs a bit more. Okay, so now we're encouraging the use of the width of the pitch. And we are basically saying, hey, we want a priority to be the wings, right? So we're going to use the wings a lot more. Yeah, so I would keep it simple like this, right? Okay. Against target man, because this guy drops, makes space for this player. We got fullback. This is a very aggressive flank, right? Okay, you might go, oh my god, this is too aggressive. What can I do to make it less aggressive? Wow. I personally prefer this. If otherwise, do this. Okay, go wing back auto, hold position, dribble less, cross on deep. Okay, done. Okay, so he's not going to hold position, Nuno Mendes. He's got gets forward whenever possible, so he's not listening to me. Okay, if you have a player that's going to take fewer risks, you have one that doesn't get forward all the time, then you can use a wing back on auto, and then you can tell him to do that. Now, hold position is a tendency, okay? It's not a rule, okay? So sometimes he will go forward. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Ooh la la, we almost conceded a goal. So far, so good. There we go. Run around the camel's ass, please. Thank you very much. One run. Go around the camel's ass. Ah, man, he didn't. Where did that come from? Running around the camel's ass. I'm laughing at myself, man. Running around the camel's ass. You're seeing the Czech of Big Denmark. Hey, yeah, man. Do not rule the Czech out. The Czech Republic have got they are pretty good at. I have a funny feeling. I don't know, man. Just tell me where this feeling comes from. I cannot tell you whether it's an educated guess or not, but something tells me the Czech Republic are going to surprise some people. Masaudi, okay, nice. See how we use the wings. Okay, we're getting in. And yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Okay, this is a target man. He's bringing everybody into play. Okay, now what we can do. Let's try something else. Since we got this guy coming in, We go box to box instead. Okay, we go box to box. Algit, there are 2 box to box players. Okay, never mind. Let's find something else. What are the roles? Central midfield attack. Okay. So boring. Yeah, we go Mazzala on attack. This guy comes in. This guy inside forward attack. Man, we are getting ambitious now. 1, 2. I want to score a goal. That's why. Okay. So we got target man, inside forward, inside forward. You can. There's so a 4-3-3. There are no rules, right? You can play it in a lot of configurations. Okay. Okay. We're gonna remove the player defense because we don't want to dilly-dally with the ball. Okay. This guy can be a regista, man. Push the whole team up with him. Okay. Well, we're getting ambitious now. Okay. He pushes the whole team up with him. Got target man is gonna drop. Inside 4 coming this way, you got inside 4 coming this way, got Mazzala coming this way, got focus play on the right? Okay. So this guy closes down more. Does he have some kind of secret weapon called a pass? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's try and see what happens here. I would think that Gigant pressing will work better with a 4-2-3-1 instead of a 4-3-3. But if you wanted to Gigant press with a 4-3-3 like this, you probably would have to play with a DLP on support. Like us. And then you have to be very okay. Let's Gigant press with this. Okay, let's just Gigant press with this. Okay. But we need this role to be a bit more a role that moves around a lot and definitely not advance forward. Okay, so what we'll do is we go target on support. Yeah, we'll Gigant press with this tactic. Okay. All right, let's go Gigant pressing. Boom, boom. I might lose, right? So we're just gonna increase the pressing intensity. I am not a big fan of this. Sorry, of the what's the other one called? I don't know what's the other one called. Maximum pressing, whatever. Yeah. No, work ball into box. Yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna remove this. There might not be time to work ball into box. Alright, so we might hit a lot of goals. Okay, done. Done. Okay, let's go. Let's go camping. It's not much time, but you can do this with this tactic. This is like doing Gigant pressing with this tactic, right? And the next thing we have is a highlight them scoring. So much for my theory. Yep. Okay, let's go. Free as a... Look at that guy. He was so free. It's like, I don't have anything to do, man. Give me the ball. Yep. We can. It's possible. So it's possible to do it. But you have to have a lot of good, like... You have to set it up correctly. See, we are pressing aggressively, but because you have a DM, right? Your DM is gonna pull your tactic back. So you struggle sometimes to break teams down. But there's so many options. But I prefer, if I wanted to Gigant press, I'll probably Gigant press with like a 4-2-4 or 4-2-3-1. That's how I'll set up Gigant pressing. Now if you do a split block press, you can maximum pressing intensity with the front few, but then okay, we'll just do one more, right? Okay, but if we do like do we have another tactic to look at? Maybe you can do it with the other tactic. Okay, yeah, we have another 4-3-3. Okay, you know the stanchions tactic. Okay, we'll play Valencia next. Okay, so his tactic is high defensive line, use tight. Okay, we can try with this. Okay, Mess CM on attack. Bold and beautiful. This guy goes here. I would like... Okay, I want to say, I will watch the game first. You know what? How Spain play? Spain like to play with two number... they are number 8s, right? In Spain. Basically, what we would call like a box-to-box midfielder. Their box-to-box midfielders play like... play in the channels. Okay, so this is gonna take forever, man. I think we should just load instead of just going holiday mode to one game. I think we're gonna save it at that point, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to do a lot of tactics. We'll just save it at one place, right? And then we'll just keep loading it for that one game. Otherwise, we're gonna have to spend. Otherwise, we can't do a lot of tactics. Yeah, target man works very well with a lot of tactics. Because sometimes you can't find a world-class striker, but you can get 2 world-class inside forwards, right? So if you don't have a world-class striker, just go and get yourself a target man. That's it. And then set up like a 4-3-3 with this swarming inside forwards coming in. But the tactic I like the most was the first one we did. That was sweet. That was a lot of fun, because there's so many variations. And right now, for some of your tactics, I asked for saves as well, but I didn't get any saves. So we're using someone else's save, and we're just seeing our tactics, man. We are definitely saving at Valencia. We can't afford to do this, otherwise we'll never get any tactics done. I mean, there's no point doing against Man City. We're probably gonna get our asses greased. So we'll just pick one away side and then one away match, and we do it there. What am I doing this for? In case you're wondering, why am I using this skin? The game Football Manager doesn't like me anymore. Instead, I kept getting this really strange bug, and I wasn't allowed to play draft mode. Okay, so we're gonna use this tactic that you guys sent in. Enough this tension. Okay, good. All right, so we got this tactic. I'm not gonna say what. We're gonna play it, and then we're gonna look at the roles and duties, right? Because 4-3-3s, the permutations are quite a lot. So I can come up with one permutation, somebody else can come up with another one. So it's really like there's no real best way of playing it. Okay, so what we got is a tactic that's got space. So it makes sense this guy is operating. We got wingers on support, we got wingbacks on auto. This is a magical wingback. Cross from deep, cross from up post, okay, I get what you're doing. So basically you want them to anchor in these positions, right? And then you want these 2 guys attacking through the middle. Okay, so you want these 2 guys attacking. So basically you've got this group on the flanks, and then you're looking at dominating the center. Okay, if you want to do something like this, then I would definitely recommend using roles like Mazalas, like not 1 but 2. Okay, you might even think of that. I mean, you could, but it's going to be a challenge making this work, because you only really have one avenue, right? Okay, so instead of this, we just turn this guy into a Mazala on attack as well. So we got half channel support for these 2 guys. We got wing backs. But where are the goals coming from? You got to ask yourself that question, right? So where are the goals coming? Now you got Mazala. So what? You want these guys to be the goal scorers? So that's the other thing about this kind of a tactic, because your wingers aren't doing much, right? So you look at this, right? They are coming down the pitch. This is our winger. Wait, are we in Valencia? Is this? Yeah, this is us. Okay, this is where our Mazalas are. Okay, we're bypassing them, right? See our Mazalas. We're playing a channel, getting support. This is very like Spain, right? Okay. Spain currently like to play with both their central midfielders in Mazala positions. Okay, so this means that this role up here shouldn't be this. It should be this. Now we've got a roaming player here, and these 2 can actually be inside forwards. Okay, because wingers, unless they cut inside, it takes first line balls to play the field. Okay. Tries killer balls, not spots, arrives later, but cuts in. Okay, at least he cuts inside. So we want to watch this guy. We're gonna watch our left line. Okay, so we got a lot of work ball into box now. Low crosses, work ball into box. Okay, done. Okay, we're gonna cancel this. Why do we have this? Cheetah bug. I'm just joking. Okay. I'm just joking. I don't take it seriously. It's like, oh, we conceded a goal. Okay, I mean, the idea of the two Mazalas is risky, right? Because you're going to open up our middle. Okay, we're definitely going to open up our middle because that means this DLP better be working double time. This is a tactic that doesn't needs everybody coming up, because the wingbacks are Nuno Mendes on the left will come up because he's got that trait, right? Likes to get further forward whenever possible. I still think that if I wanted to play like this, I wouldn't play like this. I would play like this. I wouldn't do this. Okay. I'll increase the tempo. Yeah, right defense makes sense. Okay. Now we're gonna go mark tighter, close down more. Mark tighter, close down more. Mark tighter, close down more. Okay. Hey, Valencia playing like kings, man. Hey, we got a goal back. Alright. Okay, so is this me or luck fluke? Okay, Utomo is coming up wing back, right? Auto duty. Plays it to our... Yep, who's that? Monroe playing as a winger. Okay, alright. Can. Oh yes, the width cannot be higher than this. You can even go lower. You don't want high width in this tactic. You're a bloody idiot. So annoying. Oi! What? It happened to me on my own save. Look at this. Oh man. It happened to me on my own save. I recognize the same problem from my own save. Man, this is so hilarious. Wait, set pieces, right? Make sure they're in the same positions. Don't go put a right guy here when you have to put the left guy here. Okay, this guy... MCR, MCL, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, we can see the goals on set pieces, right? That's not my fault. Okay. I saw the same thing happen in one of my own games. I kept conceding goals on set pieces, and as I tried to figure out why, then when I looked at my set pieces, I realized, oh shit, somebody's not defending. I don't have a central defender there. Oh, this tactic will work okay with like the same way. It should definitely work because we're going to be using a lot of the half channels. There we go. A lot of movement. Who are you going to mark? Right. So if you've got a very good team, this is what you can do with your tactic. Double Mazalas, DLP. Okay, let's be a bit more aggressive. Now you want to play that game, right, where you want to go again pressing with this kind of a setup. I don't know if I should do this, but yeah, we'll have to do this. Okay. I like to do this though when I'm playing. I don't like to do this. It's either stay on feet or just that. Prevent shot goalkeeper distribution. We can. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1. The AI will go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4 to close down. It'll trigger those guys. Okay, let's do, we add something more annoying to this. Mark specific position. Their right back, so he never comes out. Mark specific position. The left back, so he never comes out. It's one way of doing it, right? So then we have Mazala going. We have a very it's like a Gegen pressing for 4-3-3. But because you're playing with a DM, you're always going to have this kind of situations. So we're defending quite okay. Complete forward drops. We get the ball. Sweet. Aye. Who's this? Oh, Mazala. Doesn't want to get inside the box. See, that's the thing, right? When you play, if you want your Mazalas to come, that one was built for the Mazalas to come inside the box and score. So they got to have that that ability. See, this guy doesn't seem to have the ability, so he's struggling. Finishing 10, 14 off the ball, 14. Tries killer balls. He's like happy to play the killer ball. What about this guy? Stays back all times. Oh, yeah. You come here now. Yeah. Vegeta, fine. This doesn't matter. You go and play there. Apparently, Gorka, what do you have? Marks opponent title, useless. What about you? Useless. What about you? Useless. Man, we're running out of players. Man. What about you? Girls ball, likes ball to play to feet. No, useless as well. Salvador, you worse. You only stay back. Damn it. He's not gonna get further forward. We're gonna have the same problem. So if he's not getting further forward, we'll turn this guy into inside forward. Okay. Because we still need somebody to attack the box, right? So in the absence of that Mazala not going, we'll get the inside forward to attack the box. Unfortunately, half time. But you can do this with this 4-3-3. I'm having problem with this specific match. I'm playing 5-2-3 and my opponent is a match that even though I'm dominant in the middle, I can keep 5-2-3. Are you playing 3 defenders and 2 wingbacks, or are you playing 3 defenders and 2 wide midfielders? Because if you're playing 3 and 2 and you've got a 3 configuration up top and he's matching you player for player, and you can't get, you have to, the problem with these wingback based systems is you need to win the wingback battle. So your wingbacks have to take control of the game. So you gotta either play high up the pitch, your wingbacks have to play on attack duty. This is what is gonna happen. If you want this kind of a tactic, which is like camping and moving around, this is how you're gonna be setting it up. So you need players, you need the run and defense instruction. Right. And you don't want to have like play for set pieces. No, we almost got equalizer. Yeah, run and defense. Work ball into box is fine. We don't need to focus play anywhere. Right. But this is like the Gagan pressing alternative, but we don't have we're missing one player. The MC should have ideally not have stays back all the time. Then we have this flood of players coming to the box to try and score goals. Naturally, the converse holds true, right? We are so attacking that we could easily end up conceding a lot of goals. Now let's go back and try and make like less psycho tactic. Okay. A less psycho version of this tactic would probably be something like DLP on support. You can do that. This guy can be like a roaming playmaker on support. Like very basic 3-man configuration to keep the ball. We got these 2 wingbacks now. The problem with these 2 wingbacks is going to be, okay, you got overlap, left overlap, right. They still come out the pitch. This is a complete forward and support. We give this, I don't know if you have the players for it, but I'll go inside forward and support. One side. No, these 2 guys are going to raid the same goal. So we go wing on support. So occasionally he might go down the flank. So this guy can be an inside forward on attack. Okay, we just give one guy a slightly different. So what we have is a slightly different setup, right? So we still get these guys coming up the pitch very high, locking the space down. We get this guy attacking the center. This guy giving us some width. So we'll tell him to, he's going to stay wider. Roam, yeah. We'll tell him to roam from position. Give him a, we get these 2 guys to roam. All right, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the submissions very, very soon. We consider a goal. That sucks, man. I personally don't like this. Okay, so let's go wing back support. It's too safe. Okay, we go wing back and support, Okay. What we have is way too safe. I would not use wingbacks on auto. Yeah. You need those. The problem with the 4-3-3 is those wingbacks have to get involved. If they don't get involved, right, you usually run into troubles. You run into. Have you seen a lot of teams like the Liverpool play with a 4-3-3? What happens to Liverpool when Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson don't go up the pitch? Same thing. If your wingbacks don't get involved in the play and all they do is guard, that could be fine if you want to hold on to a lead. But then you need attacking duties in the final third to do something. You see, we are now attacking a lot more effectively. But if you play wingbacks on auto, then you're really depending on the front three. But you got a front three mostly on support, so it's not really going to help you. And then if you put Mazalas on attack in the middle, then you're punching a hole. You're trying to punch a hole through the middle, right? And you don't need to punch a hole with both of them, right? You can punch a hole with one of them. At least it's a bit safer. If you punch a hole with both of them, then you need both your Mazalas to be able to score the ball, score the goal, right? Otherwise, you're looking at something a bit more safer, something like this, which is a bit more balanced, right? You're protecting yourself. You've got a nice playmakers configuration in the center, right? And then they can hold up the ball because playmakers tend to hold up the ball a bit, right? While they're looking for the pass, they're trying to dictate the tempo. They're looking for options, and that's when your inside forwards on attack get used, right? So they will have time to get into attacking positions. Right. So the flow of the tactic improved a lot after that. We're getting up the pitch, we be able to, apply pressure to the opposition. Right. So I mean, I personally will go with this option, something like this. CF on support, winger, inside forward, Mazala attack, roaming, playmaker, DLP, wingback. Ball playing defenders. Yeah. You can, although you don't really need them. When you have like a very, this is like, you want to make a really tiki-taka kind of possession-based system, then it may be ball playing defender. Other than that, if you want to do ball playing defender, DLP, then you're building like a very tiki-taka system. You can do that, but you need really good players. Otherwise, your ball playing defenders just hoof the ball up, right? So don't play ball playing defenders unless you got players who are good with the ball. Otherwise, you're gonna have issues. Right, so now we're going to load this. We're not going to save the game. We're just going to load the next game. Because otherwise, we'll never get any tactics done, right? So I'm going to open the tactics up for the community. If you guys are here, you have a few minutes to get them in. After that, the link is going to close automatically. So you got a short while to pop those tactics in. Okay, so now we got another few tactics to look at. We got Everton 4-2-4 counter. I don't know. Have we done this? Did we do this last week? I think we did this last week, right? This is somebody's tactic. Daryl Thompson. We've done yours. Yeah, I think this is last week. We done this last week. Looks familiar. Okay. Then we do fluid 4-2-3-1. Right, okay, all right. So we've got this. Complete forward AP inside. Okay. DLP, CM support, wingback support, wingback. Okay. Don't change this tactic. It works fine. I wouldn't change this tactic. Why? Because your roles and duties seem very balanced. We'll play it and then we'll see the transitions. Right. See what happens. My favorite tactics in FM21 are basically like 4-2-3-1s, 4-4-2s, 3-4-1-2s are also very good. Yeah, there's nothing. This tactic is fine. Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing to change, man. Inside forward. Okay, do you have any PIs? Tackle harder. Got split block. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't apply more because you've done that. So you don't always need provincial goalkeeper distribution. Play our defense. You can always remove this. You want them to transition quickly. Roll it out. Distribute center backs, counter press. Okay, fine. Very safe tactic. Okay. The only issue I have is always with the AP. That's the only issue I have. Right. But you're not playing a very overly aggressive tactic, right? So The problem with APs on attack is they always need. The problem with APs, right? They're always surrounded by DMs. So the moment they get surrounded by DM, the AP doesn't work. Right? So here we've got 2 4-2-3-1s, right? So he should have some space. Okay, we're gonna click on the AP. Who's he? It's number 23, right? So where is he? Okay, here. He's trying to make himself available for the pass. Okay, what we can do is we can give him a bit more of a roam and move into the channels. Make him more like. It makes the tactic weaker because of that move into channels. Because now he vacates the center, so sometimes he's not in the center anymore. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, I'm looking at Slava. Where is he? Look at where he is now. That's off a throw in, right? So let's look at him. Yeah, he sees the more of the ball already. Gets to the ball. Okay, fine. That's because of the throw in. Okay. Our defender, our whoever is injured. Okay. Not too bad. There you go. See where the AP is? He's also here now. He's like asking. That's why he can make it weaker. All right. So we want to remove the move into the channels. Okay, roam from position. That's it. So that's what you see when you move into channels. Okay, it will make your tactics. It will make a 4-2-3-1 slightly weaker. Roam from position, not so bad. So there he goes. He swaps positions. See that? So now he's just swapped a bit. Okay. All right. Okay, we got better movement. So we're gonna work ball into box. That's it. Not a big fan of this. Okay, now we have a problem. The lack of verticality in this tactic. See the complete forward AP. Okay, what I can do with this guy, because this guy's hold position, this guy's holding his position. What we can do with this guy is tell him to go attack. Now this is the first time I've done this, right? Okay, I normally don't even play with APs on attack. So we got AP on attack. He'll swap with this guy inside forward, DRP on support, CM on support, wing back on. Does the wing back have anything? No. Okay, that's it. You can also do this. Yeah. Options: CF on support, target man on support in front, shadow striker, AP on attack, or play the AP as a AP on attack or shadow striker. There we go. Okay. All right. We have one counter attack. That's about it. Okay. All right. Now we see some more action. Okay. All right. See, he's moved. Okay. I like this a lot more now. Okay. Okay. Everywhere. He's everywhere now. Your AP is everywhere. I like that, man. AP is everywhere and basically everywhere doing nothing. So far, he's not scored a goal yet. Oh, we scored a goal. All the changes we did, suddenly something clicked. Don't ask me what. Okay, but because you see, the thing is, the earlier configuration had 2 support duties. You're not getting any vertical movement in the center of the box, which is the most important area, right? This is the most important area. So you want to have some vertical movement. Yeah, other options you can do. I mean, there are so many options, right? Okay, we go. Let's try something else. We go target man on attack. Then we turn this guy into AP and support. Okay. Now we got a target man on attack holds up the ball. For who? The inside forward. I like target man, pressing forward, complete forward. The front is, there's so many options. We can also go, right, the weirdest option of the lot. Okay, if you're really into this pain threshold, right, you do not know who's going to be scoring your goals. The ultimate combination. Trequartista. Yeah. This have both got vertical movement. The target man support, if I do this, it's always gonna be a shadow striker. Right? So but you can do it like this. Trequartista. Now target man holds up the ball. Trequartista drops deep. Target man holds up the ball, he'll feed it to the inside forward. Right. Sometimes the target man drops deep and then Trequartista takes his position. The Trequartista goes in front of the target man. Right. That is counter attack, right? So everybody's mentality just went to very attacking. Nobody like what? Where's our playmaker? I don't know. He was there a moment ago. That's what happens when you have a Trequartista. Okay. So that's another option. That's another combination that you can use, like Trequartista and target man on support. Another very nice combination. But you need the players for it. You get a lot of verticality. I love 4-2-3-1s. 4-2-3-1 is a lot of fun to play. I mean, I'm playing by the FM playoffs this weekend. So don't ask me what formation I want to play. I have thought of playing a few formations. But this time I've decided I'm only going to be playing 2 formations. The 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1. That's it. I'm not playing anything else. So I'm deciding what 4-2-3-1 I'm going to set up for. A lot will depend on the players I get, right? So there we go. Look at that. Look at this. They swap positions again. One guy went in front, one guy went behind. Stop. I love that about the two, because your defenders are going to have problems picking up the player. Especially those people who play tight teams that play tight marking, right? There are teams that play tight marking or are programmed to play tight marking. They'll have problems picking up those players. Okay, done. Okay. We got the key highlights now. Yeah. Okay, so what combination? This can work. Let's try the final combination. The most weirdest combination of all. The weirdest combination in the world. This for fun, right? We're gonna see what happens. The ultimate weird formation. Never been done ever before in our lives. Have we ever seen 4 Trequartistas? I say Trequartista. Okay, wait. Let's make this more fun. Target man on support. Surrounded by Trequartistas. We have no clue if this is going to work. We're just doing it for the fun of it, okay? Got 3 Trequartistas who all want to do something with the ball. I love this, man. Who are we marking? I don't know who's coming into the box tomorrow, sir. Really? Who are we marking? I don't know. He's the Trequartista, you know. They're all over the pitch. They're like a rash that won't go away. Okay, you cannot. I'm not joking. This actually works. Okay, 3 Trequartistas actually works. Triple Trequartista threat. Who are you gonna mark? This is like, who are you gonna call the Trequartistas? Who are you gonna call the Trequartistas? The super flare tactic. And the thing is this, right? A lot of people mistakenly assume that Trequartista does not tackle. No, he does. He just closes down the channels. It still does the same thing. You don't, I mean, since when in football do you see anybody actually go and tackle? Right. They actually close down channels first. They don't tackle the player. They close down. They only tackle here. This is where all the tackling occurs. Do you see them tackling here? So what do you want your players? And they do close down channels, so it's fine, right? So you can also do the triple Trequartista with the target man in front. AI is totally confused, so it's gone into a 4-4-2 diamond now. And it's swapped again. So that's what you can do. So 4-2-3-1, man. People had written us off today. Aha! Nobody expected us to win this game. I feel like geniuses right now. Is a CF necessary for control play in a 4-3-3? No, I mean, not necessary. You can, yeah, better to make the AP a shadow striker, yeah, or Trequartista. I always don't like use APs. Is it a Trequartista or a shadow striker? Okay, so we've done that tactic. So there's so many ways you can skin a 4-2-3-1, right? Okay, all right, we got Done this. Okay, last tactic before we go to the. Oh my god. Okay, what are these tactics? As long as you do this, come hither, attack. Okay, we'll play this right now. Okay, I want you to see what happens on the left flank. Right, just pay attention to the left flank. Okay, that's all. Because the left flank will have a problem. There's complete wing back is not going to be going out the pitch. So whenever you play like 3-5-2, 5-3-2, you gotta get these guys up. They will get out the pitch. I mean, the complete wing backs and all. Look at this guy. He's up there. He's right knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Hey, 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 hey. So it works, right? There's nothing wrong with this tactic. I won't change it. Okay. The most important thing is to check these two whether they're coming up the pitch. That's all. Yeah, track Shadow Striker, AF on attack. AF with that setup, possible. Tracker Tisa is gonna drop. There's a Shadow Striker beside him. The problem with these kind of tactics is you gotta dominate with your wingbacks all the way. You leave yourself open to counter attacks on the flanks, right? Okay. All right, we go key. We're gonna go to extended highlights now. All right, we see this Nuno Mendes. He loses the ball, and this guy is coming up to helping to defend, right? This central midfielder on defend. Yeah, I'm looking at this. See where this guy is? Okay, now let's go back to our tactic. This is a trequartista. This is where our trequartista is. Okay, we're looking at our rows. Murillo. Murillo is somewhere here. Okay, this is our advanced forward. Our shadow striker, our trequartista. Who's this guy? Our Mazzala. Mazzala and him in the same place. Right? So our Mazzala came here where the shadow striker is operating. Okay. See this too? He came in, Slavo, this is our trequartista who actually dropped deep to help. What we want to do is tell this guy to go on attack. Underlap right. Oh, hell, man. Just underlap left, underlap right. Both of them. Okay. Go underlapping both sides. We'll do wing back on attack. Left and right. Okay. Just do a double underlap. What does underlap do? It tells the player on the outside to look for players making runs on the inside. So normally we put the underlap when we have a wing back and then you have inside forwards. But we don't have inside forwards. We have a trequartista and a shadow striker. I mean, these kind of tactics, they're very like heavily stylized. So they probably will work with some teams and fall flat against other teams because the moment those other teams have better wingbacks than yours, you might struggle. Because if your wingbacks don't dominate games, you have problems. Now they have a pretty good team, no? In this save, I noticed Valencia. So if your wingbacks don't dominate a match, you run into a lot of issues. So I'm not changing the tactic too much because this is what you want to do, right? This is what you want to play. So if you're going to go like this, you're already in narrow formation, what the heck, man? Just go do the full Monty, go all the way. Don't hold back. Since you've already got these guys here, just go all the way, right? Okay. Distribute the playmaker. Oh, no wonder. Remove. Distribute your fullbacks. Because your playmaker is nowhere on the pitch to be found. Why are you distributing the playmaker? Where's your playmaker? Well, everything goes to the register. It's a recipe for disaster. Trust me. Okay? You do not want to give him the ball first. Give it to these players first instead of him. Do not ever make your DLP the receiver of the pass from your goalkeeper. If he's the first, I guarantee you lose the ball. Always give it to the wingback or ball playing defenders, right? You don't ever give it to the DLP because the DLP is always going to have some AMC next to him. Right? So you don't want a DLP to be the first guy that receives the ball. Especially if it's a register as well. Make it some of the fullbacks. Our transition. Now we got actual transitions, no? Like, I'm seeing highlights here. I'm seeing goalkeepers playing the ball out. Yep. It's a lot better. Yeah. Alright. So far the marking seems okay. This guy's having a torrid game for some reason. Alright. Wing back. Yeah, everything is fine. Okay, you're defending well. So we key highlights. Okay. Mess can work. Shadow Striker, the problem is I noticed the Mess and the Shadow Striker always in the same territory. We're gonna go roaming playmaker instead of Mess. Right, so instead of a Mess, I'm gonna look at your transition again. I would only want to change this guy. Yeah, there. Now, slightly better now. Slightly better. Because it's not the Mezzala and the Shadow Striker were both so close together, right? Yeah, focus play. Uh-oh. I wonder if focus play to the middle. Nah, I wouldn't focus play to the middle. Your middle is already so congested. If anything, I would focus play on the flanks. So that whenever those wingbacks get the ball, they always have an option. Right? So we will concentrate on focus. Let's try focus play down the right. So this shifts your two central midfielders slightly out when you have the ball, right? Hey, Rashidi is in this game. See that? I made it in the game. I'm in the game, brother. I'm in the game. I'm a fullback in the game. They signed me. This is me. I found myself in the game. They are using me. I am the regen in the game. This is me. We can't beat this team. They're just too good. So Rashidi is a well-known name for football fans across Europe. He made 45 first-team appearances for Valencia. He has spent his entire career at Valencia because I'm a Singaporean apparently. Right. So look at my information, man. Yes, I'm Singaporean. I'm also Spanish. I'm also English. This does not happen anywhere else in the world. Seriously, only in FM. No wonder we couldn't beat this team. I'm fluent in English, Chinese, and Spanish. That's true, man. 我可以讲华语。我的第一语文就是华语. Yes. This is me, brothers and sisters. And I shoot from distance. Wow. You got me right, man. I'm a fullback in the game, right? I'm a right back in the game. But apparently I'm a damn good right back. I can play right and left. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to use the save. I want to take over this club. Damn, I would take over Valencia. Man, I'm in the save. Thank you very much. I've been playing for so long. I've only managed to find myself. Whenever I manage this game, I always end up with a shithouse player. God, Daljit Singh in the game, Rashidi is terrible. And now I'm just stunned. Add manager, take over Valencia. Okay, so what were we talking about before I was so rudely interrupted? So, okay, roaming playmaker can Shadow Striker, Trequartista, advanced forward. Okay, we turn into a complete forward on support. Okay, final vertical movement. That's all. Because you got this Trequartista, Shadow Striker, right? They're both trying to run into space, but there is a slight problem in that. First, we are playing against Rashidi, of course, in Valencia, so it's going to be difficult to beat them. And the second thing is the complete forward needs to drop, and so the two so that the Shadow Strikers can attack the box. That is your save, man. I mean, you're safe. I was going, who the hell is this? Rashidi, that's me. See, you scored a goal. Rashidi, Damn it. On my flag. How dare you score a goal, Nuno Mendes? Man, they really made me the shithouse fullback. Look at that. What is wrong with me? Come on. Close him down. A bloody useless piece of shit. What's wrong with you? Rashidi. Come on, Rashidi. Musa. Rashidi, come on. Yeah, what a cross. Pino Mora. I'm cheering myself now. This is okay. Alright, so we fix this tactic. Man. So just go complete for on support track, Shadow Striker, RPM. Mazzala is not too bad, but I prefer roaming playmaker so it doesn't have the same spot. You can definitely go in here, do the focus play. You can add underlaps as well. And turn this guy into a wingback on attack. Yeah. So you dominate. This tactic's only route to success is one. They only have one road to success. There's no plan B in this tactic. It's only plan A. It depends on your wingbacks. If your wingbacks are not good enough, go sign Rashidi from Valencia. That's the first thing you do. You have to have very good wingbacks for it to work. Okay, so let's carry on playing against Rashidi. Oh my goodness. I'm in awe of this man. I be playing with myself. Oh, that sounds so wrong. That sounds so wrong. So many levels. Honey, I'm playing myself. No. Okay, is that the last one? Did we just do that? Yeah, I think that's the last one, right? Okay, so we're gonna go in here. File requests. Let's see. I thought I had one. Hang on. Oh, it just closed. Okay, yeah. It closed already. So these are the files. How do I open this? Reopen. I'm not gonna put it, man. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll download all these 3 tactics. And then what we're gonna do is extract files to documents, sports interactive, tactics. Okay, done. All right, there we go. Besiktas. I'm gonna build a team around. Who wants that save? Oh man. Okay. Oh my god. I'm so stunned, man. This tactic, DLF attacking me. Okay, this can work. Yeah, because this guy's has got a hole, right? What I mean is, got a hole because he holds up the ball, idiot. What's wrong with me today? Okay, this guy needs to get further forward, but he doesn't have that. He holds his position, so we can't use him. Team selection. We can't use him, right? So we have to change him to someone else. What about this guy? Try skill balls. Okay, we'll just put him in here. All right. We got to be worried about who we are playing against. Hey, Peter, how are you, man? I found myself in the game. Look, guys, we're playing against myself, all right? Look at this. They've got me, man. Rashidi. 10 appearances. Average rate is 7.14. They got a world-class Rashidi here. Me joke not. This is world-class Rashidi. One more time. Let's go meet our illustrious player. Information. Yes, that's me. Club for Mary's International call-up. Apparently, I can pay for it. I was already capped at under 20 level for England. Salvador, Baldari. Okay. The tactic itself is fine. The only problem with this kind of tactic, your 4-2-3-1 has got an DLF on attack. Now, not very common to find two attack DTs playing so close together. But a hold up on a DLF can still work because you need the AM not to hold his position. I won't change anything about this tactic because as you can see, the tactic is working very well, right? The transitions are all there. We aren't losing, but Deportivo are supposed to be better than us, right? So, and yeah, they got Rashidi, they got Escudero. Both these players are really good. Okay, so the only problem with this, the tactic would be like, how optimum is this setup? You got wing again. I don't like the idea of a wingback on auto, right? If he's a wingback on auto, he just runs away with the ball. I mean, then he follows the mentality attacking. Alright, so if you play with a wingback on support, he'll still be attacking. This is actually not a good idea. Not with a 4-2-3-1 because this means these guys have to carry the ball, right? You see, if you watch the possession numbers, unless you've got a very good team, they have to carry the ball. Your wingbacks have to bring the ball from defense to midfield. And you won't see a lot of diagonals unless they are played by roles that take more risks or have higher passing. You see what's happening right now? Bang, you lose the ball. That's the worst place to lose the ball. That's absolutely the worst place. Because if you lose the ball there, there's something that has to be addressed. This is the worst place. If you ever see your tactics lose the ball here, change your tactic. Immediately, it needs to be fixed. Right? So, how do we fix this? Okay, first up. Okay, when you focus play to the middle, first you're going to put a lot of pressure on these guys. Secondly, you bring in the players closer together. Right? And you want to focus play to the middle. Okay, first thing I would do is I'll change this guy into wingback support. No auto duty. I think it was accidentally there because the other guy isn't. Secondly, we're just gonna increase the passing a bit more. Okay. Hold shape is counter press, hold shape, distribute. This is like only works if you're two hold positions here. This is holding his position. This guy is holding his position. So both are holding their positions. These guys have to bring the ball up the pitch and they got to work through here. I wouldn't do that. This is asking for trouble, right? If anything else, we can focus play down one side of the pitch, right? This side of the pitch where the playmaker is operating, why don't we focus play here? So players shift towards the playmaker, giving him passing options. Also, you could also focus play down the right, okay? Shifting players to this side of the pitch when you have the ball, right? More players, and a playmaker might be in space. Let's see how the two work together, right? So nobody says both can work, but I wouldn't do this because this brings everybody to the middle. Everyone's passing in the middle, and that's where we lost the ball, right? Like this is the worst place to lose the ball. In a 4-2-3-1, if you lose the ball here, there's a 99.99% chance you're going to concede a goal. Right? So you can't afford to lose the ball here. So we're going to keep the ball. All right. So I think these are the only changes I'm gonna make. CM on defense. Got two hold positions. That's the problem I have with this setup. Yeah, there's almost no verticality in this tactic except from these, maybe from here and here, but the ball has to get to these players first. Which is why focus play here and here is more important. Right? So we're gonna add focus play to the side of the playmaker first, see what that does. It's the first thing we remove, right? So we're gonna do this in stages. So because otherwise you won't connect you might not connect the dots. So why did that happen? See that? These are things you have to ask yourself. Why did the ball go all the way there? You know, why did he pass it to anybody else? There's a reason why that happens in the game. It's not because of some random reason the player's just kicking it. It's because they didn't have passing options, or see this mentality, drop it down to positive. Because you're telling your players to take a bit more risk, right? So you have to look at that. Because the moment you see a pass like that happen, there is to be a reason behind it. It doesn't happen. Things in this game don't happen. I mean, there are certain things that happen randomly, but that is not one of them. So they are still, again, I'm not going to change your set pieces. Obviously, your set pieces are wrong. You need to change them because default set pieces just don't work in the game. Okay. Now we pay attention to how the ball is trying. See how everyone is playing supporting duties. So he got up the pitch and ran out. I mean, he ran out of options. It's easy to fix. Ask him to do cutbacks. Okay, so ask him to do cutbacks instead of what he was doing earlier. Okay. Now, if you want to play something like this, which is counter press whole shape, you're looking to play a game where you are trying to work a team. You're trying to dominate possession and, you know, basically you're trying to be Pep Guardiola, right? Trying to be Man City, in other words. Okay. So let's just increase the passing to standard. So give our players a bit more option. As when it comes to passing, like don't just go everything short. Don't, let's switch play once in a while. You do see good teams doing that when they go play that kind of style, right? So now we also make it fairly wide, okay? Because when you want to do something like this, whole shape and counter press, and you pass it short, everybody's so close together, you basically just gonna run out of options anyway. So might as well just give yourself more options by using the full width of the pitch, which is what teams like that do. They do play the full width of the pitch. Okay, so you got inverted winger going this way, DLP. But you see, when you have two roles like this, you're just begging for somebody to attack the other side of the pitch. But he's just holding a position. So we want to create a lot more verticality. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell this guy to drop. We're going to tell this guy to attack. Now what we have is we have a combination here that can help us. That's it. So that's what I would do with your tactic. I'll just make those changes, and of course your set pieces, right? Like this, the default set piece is just not good enough, in my honest opinion. I mean, you can leave them as they are if that makes you happy, but I personally don't like them. Yeah, and okay, we go to key highlights, and sometimes, right, 4-2-3-1 systems, right? You don't need to play it out from the back all the time. You can also kick it long, depending on the kind of players you have. You got one goal since you made the change, right? Is it because of a throw-in, blah, 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 blah? No, if you made some tactical changes, the game gets recalculated. So whether the goal comes from a corner or a set piece is because you made the changes in your system, okay? That's it. You made changes, therefore something has changed. The game will recalculate and readapt, whatever it does. Okay, so far not too bad. There's been a slight change. What else can we do, right? So these are the basic changes. Like this is perfectly okay. It's a workable tactic, right? AMA, probably let's get him to attack the box. So we now got 2 routes to goal, right? So now these 2 guys, when they get the ball, they can go, maybe we can give it to him instead just to him. Right, so this guy's dropping and creating space. Remember the 3 Trequartistas? You can also go 3 Trequartistas. Create even more havoc in your tactic. That's another nice move. Okay, that's beef. That was the Shadow Striker, right? Oh, sorry, the AMA attacking the box. So that's basically your tactic, right? You can. This is not too bad. It works. 2 hold positions definitely works in the game. Wing back, wing back. You need wing backs in a 4-2-3-1. You can play with fullbacks, but the problem with fullbacks is you need them to do a lot of work. So they gotta have to run a lot. So it's like literally you need them to dribble, bring the ball up, right? And then you go like, oh shit, I don't want to take so much risk. So instead of just going wing back, sometimes you can go full backs, but then you gotta start getting players who get further forward. Then it brings you back to the whole wing back thing again. So you end up still using wing backs. So why just go and use wing backs, right? Just make sure you got the right kind of wing backs, right? Fast, able to tackle, got good anticipation, concentration. You are playing a 4-2-3-1 after all. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Looking nice. DLP. That's why we want to see the DLP going, hey, give it to the inside forward. Inside forward cuts inside. You got low crosses. He might be able to score. Naturally, who doesn't like football like this? Right. So you got to ding-dong a bit in the game. Just make sure you're the right players. That's it. Okay. Gay gave us the ball back. We go back to the DLP. DLP looks, see this? Look at him. He's just waiting for the ball. Unfortunately, there was some joker there that decided he was a... Somebody here has got a mind of his own. One of the players had a mind of his own. I don't know who it is. Yeah. But if you just made these changes, Shadow Striker, I think this guy can't be a Shadow Striker. Or he can. Yeah. In fact, this guy should be playing here. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This guy's a hopeless Shadow Striker. I'll put you here then. Okay. That killer ball on the left flank. Now inverted winger can play the killer ball. He looks for the inside forward on the right flank. That's it. So this is what you can do. Can you focus me on the flank even if my players are generally? Yeah, you can. In fact, I would do that for a flank that's generally slow. I had the wingback auto on fullback. Nah, don't go fullback, man. Hey, Arthur, how are you, man? I look good in the 3 Lions shirt. Yeah, man. It was either white or green. White or red. When have the 3 Lions used a red-green jersey? The goalkeeper, yes, but not the other players. Have I had any success with a 5-2-3? Yes, yes. You can. You can have success with a 5-2-3. White tree or narrow. You can actually have more success playing the Shadow Striker version with the tree. That means it's more like a 5-2-1-2 instead of a 5-2 flat tree with the inverted wingers going there. I haven't had much success playing that one. The 5-2-3 with the inside forward. I have had more success with the 5-2-3 playing with the Shadow Striker. Because then I have these wingbacks dominating the flanks and then the Shadow Striker in front. So it's one of the problems I have right now. What am I going to be playing for draft mode? In fact, anybody interested in draft mode? Oh, I love a good old-fashioned 4-4-2. We'll just play this. I just love 4-4-2s. 4-4-2s are so fun. When you play a complete forward and an advanced forward, then you got to start cracking ahead a bit with the 4-4-2 because the complete forward is going to move into a lot of spaces, right? So we just went auto. I didn't care. This is not my save. It's somebody else's save. We're going to fix it along the way. Hopefully we win. And again, once again, let me introduce you to Rashidi if you just came. This is me in the game. Apparently I'm playing for Valencia, which is one of the reasons why I keep wanting to replay this save over and over again to help you guys with your tactics. Yeah. Because I'm such a narcissist. I want to see myself. Oh God, I'm in a good mood, man, today. I mean, can I imagine this? Okay, I'm gonna pause on this, man. I'm gonna call my wife. I'm gonna call my wife and tell her, darling, guess what? She's gonna hate it. No, if I get this, it's me, darling. She's gonna hate me so much. She's not gonna give me peace. Okay, all right. Let's look at the 4-4-2 quickly, right? Okay. When you look at 4-4-2 again, you gotta look out whether you're building play up nicely and the usual suspects, right? Okay. Where are you losing the ball? Are you building your play up? And then you're looking for movements. So the 4-4-2s, you've got so many configurations. DRP, yeah, I wouldn't change it. This works. It actually works. I'm not going to change your tactic. The only reason why you would not do well with this 4-4-2 is because you don't have the place for it. That's all. Yep, I wouldn't change it. DRP mass inverted winger. I've got the exact same 4-4-2. I have the exact same 4-4-2. It's exactly the same as mine, right down to the roles and duties. Yeah, it can work. The only reason why it won't work is because you don't have the right place. That's it. Yeah. There's so many ways of playing this 4-4-2. Okay, I wouldn't do this. Let's go this. Let's go this. Let's go this. Let's remove this. Okay, can. You can also do this. This. Okay, done. 4-4-2 is a question of how well do you know your players. That's the only problem with 4-4-2s. Okay, we're kicking the ball now. Why waste time with playing out from defense? Good old-fashioned, old-style 4-4-2. In the days when they actually played with a 4-4-2, how many times have you ever seen the goalkeeper play out towards the two defenders? You always see this. This is what you see, right? You see this. The goalkeeper kicking the ball as long as he can and praying that his players get to the ball. So that's how you set up a 4-4-2. You can play out defense if you want. You can play out defense. Nobody says you shouldn't, but you gotta look at all your options, right? So I wouldn't change this 4-4-2. It works. It definitely works because I used it. Yeah. The only reason why it might not work is just because you have the wrong players selected for your tactic. That's all. You have to understand why certain roles, what options. Like this is an inverted winger is going to be driving towards goal. He's going to be working very closely to Mazzala off a complete force roaming. So this is a very interesting flank because there's a lot of creation. There's a lot of players that can potentially score you goals from this position, right? It can be this guy arriving late, depending on the player that's in this position. So the only thing about this tactic that could hold you back is your options. Like, who do you have playing for you? That's all. You got to pick the right players for this tactic. The tactic itself, there's nothing wrong with this tactic. Right, you could definitely go like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this tactic. I wouldn't change it. Like, okay, maybe work ball, let's slow the tempo down, let's have some fun. Yeah. Yeah, man. This is a good tactic. Don't change it. Right. Find the players for it. That's all. And how do you find the players for it? Just go into the game and then see whether your players suit the roles that they're playing. No, man. We got this guy. Okay, I don't know what he does. Okay, I'll just put him here. But this tactic is fine. It's okay. You have so many options up top. Right? You can go argument of support as well. And then the game decides to go. This always happens when you make a change in the game while it's processing another change. Yeah. I wouldn't change it. So, yeah. This is fine. Do you still plan to do a team talk? Yeah, I do. I do plan on doing a team talk on set pieces. Yeah, probably next week. Because I got a vaccination on the day I was supposed to do a team talk. So I was so out of it. I was out of it for 2 days. Ever since I had my vaccination, I just didn't feel like 100%. So, yeah, bloody useless Chinese vaccine. I was given the Chinese vaccine. The problem with the Chinese vaccine is I have a Chinese vaccine and I won't be able to go to Singapore because Singapore doesn't recognize the Chinese vaccine apparently. Yeah, I won't change this tactic because it works, right? The only reason why I think in terms of set pieces, I didn't set them up correctly. This just means that this guy's gonna come this way. That's all. Is it wrong to play a winger on the right flank? No, there's nothing wrong. We'll just play as probably as better as an inverted winger on attack. Or inverted winger. Yeah, we just go inverted winger now. It's a right footer, right? So it's like you can be an we got two inverted wingers, two wing backs doing this wing. Yeah, it's like a very glorious 4-2-4 in transition. You have to remember we're playing against Rashidi here on the opposite team, right? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, DLP Barzala inside inverted winger. There's a fullback, wing back. You know, we can deal with 4-4-2s until the cows come home, because why? You can change a 4-4-2 in multiple configurations. Depends on the players that you have, which is the reason why if you go for the first option, I won't change it because it's gonna boil down to your players and your set pieces. Okay, we got playing against a 4-2-3-1. Maybe I'll be a bit more aggressive. Let's go fullback on attack. Double. Total. You can also do this, right? You got overlaps, right? Using overlaps. Yeah, okay. You can also do something like that, right? Where you have attacking duties going on the flanks, right? Total attacking duties. But again, it depends on whether you have the players for it. 4-4-2s are very player dependent in the center. If you don't have the two central midfielders for a 4-4-2, you're probably gonna end up struggling. Okay, let's see who else have we got. Okay, we got shish kebabs. Okay, load. So your tactics thing. Libero Gallo. Holy cow. I love this, man. Okay. All right. Okay. Immediately, there's something I want to change, but we'll watch the game first. Okay. 3-4-1-2s all have the same problem. How much do you want? How ambitious are you? That's all. Because they're bottom heavy tactics, right? So either you're controlling games, playing a lower tempo, and you're just in the opposition half, moving them around. You're keeping the ball, right? So you keep the ball all the way, right? Or you are gun-ho. Your wingbacks on attack duties, you are attacking teams all from the start to the end of the game, right? So those are your two options. You don't have probably the 5-2-1-2 like this is got no middle path, right? You can't play, let me just have a 50-50 setup. No, it doesn't work that way. So first up, we're gonna change this guy. We're gonna make him a BPD stopper. We're gonna turn this guy into a BPD stopper. This is one option, okay? So this two attack duties with the shadow striker, with the AM on S, he's just here to hang about, do bugger all. Comes in to get the ball, arrives late, runs the ball to center, right? He's not gonna help you. Okay, we just watch. Okay, we're not doing anything else. We just change the. We just want to watch how what our AMS does, right? Okay. AMS is not going to be in the game for large periods of time because we have only two routes to goal, right? This tactic only has two routes to goal. The two strikers. That's it, right? So your wingbacks, all they do is they deliver crosses, and those two latch on to those crosses. So this is one version you can play. It's a safe version. It's not too extreme. So you're fine playing this kind of a version. Your wingbacks get up and you're hoping that they work together. So let's assume you have these two options in front of you. Maybe you can do something else. The good old-fashioned target man poacher combination. Okay? So we can actually play something like this where you want to sit on the fence a bit. You're not too sure. You're gonna play a relatively safe but defensive tactic. You can, right? This is one option. Okay. So your Harriers are your two front men, and then you keep a nice shape and you draw teams in and you try to beat them. But then again, you gotta hit them on the break, right? Okay, we just did the one option. Okay, so let's just carry on with this one option first. Okay, so where's the downside of these tactics? they're gonna come at you, and then you end up in this situation where you give up penalties. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna change things after this. Okay. All right. Okay. That's one option. Okay. I personally prefer this. Do this. I'm gonna play much higher because these three can trigger the first press. Focus play to the middle again. No need. You don't need focus play to the middle. Right. Okay, let me ask you a question. Where do you think your ball, who do you think are the most important players in your team when it comes to passing the ball? You want to get the ball out to the wing backs, not to the libero. The libero is just there if you are in control of the ball. The libero doesn't start attacks from here, defense. He starts attacks with the ball at the halfway line. So far, we haven't seen us with the ball at the halfway line, right? So what we want to do is option A. Option A, get these guys further up the pitch, which means that the defensive line is fine, right? I am very tempted. Okay, we already changed a much higher defensive line, a much higher line of engagement. I really want to get these two guys triggered high up the pitch. So we got two options. We can go wing. Okay, we're gonna go wing back on attack. Or you use the overlap. Okay. So I would just go wing backs on attack on the overlap. There we go. They're aggressive. My tempo, my passing is a bit direct, is it? You can go do this. Let's try this, right? We don't need to make them the first passing. Your wing backs will still be up the pitch. They'll help you bring the ball up. But you want to control possession of the ball. When you play wingbacks like this, you play narrow, it doesn't mean that your wingbacks still get the ball, but they help you transition the ball through the middle now because you're playing what we call wall passes, right? In football, a wall pass is when your fullback looks for the central midfielders inside and he passes the ball to them. Then it goes up the pitch. Let's see now. We really are depending on these two guys to get out of the pitch. Okay, so we got target man support. Gonna go standard passing. No more work ball into box. Counter press because it took you so long to get out the pitch. Distribute to fullbacks. You got no center backs. I mean, you got center backs, but let's give it to these guys as well. Wing back, ball playing defender, stopper. Positive mentality. Narrow. Bullish. I want it to be dribble-less. I don't want them to run with the ball so much. I want them to pass inside. Right? Try to keep the ball. I just want to improve the transitions. That's all. The poacher is useless right now. Our target man poacher combination not very work. That target man poacher combination will work well earlier when the wingbacks were on support, right? So if I play target man poacher, it'll be something like this. This is like a very basic setup, right? So then we tell him to cross to the target man. Tell this guy to cross to the target man. Okay, so we got this. So this is like a very basic target man poacher setup with an AM, right? And it's going to be, it is defensive, right? And then we just are trying to get the ball up the pitch really quickly, right? So that's one. But you end up defending a crap load because it's like a bottom heavy tactic that it just happens in the game of Football Manager. If you don't want to see yourself defending so much, like you don't like to see your team defending so much, what can you do? then you have to basically play something like this. And then for some strange reason, the game changes. Okay, so now we got this setup. Then look at where you set up. You got a nice W shape. Bang. For some strange reason, it works much better. Like, you want to, we think that it'll be much more defensive, right? Yeah, but they will drop back into a 5 when you're defending the ball. Right? When the ball is in your half, they'll drop back. So this actually, if you have the players where you can do something, they say that's why you play ball playing defenders on stopper. But this is why these guys better be able to tackle. 15 acceleration. 13, he's not gonna work. Yeah, this defender can't be used, and this guy has to be the best anticipation. So if you want to play, you can go into a 3-4-1-2 like this. It's much better to use a 3-4-1-2 if you want to control. Like you want to go and control possession. So I'll go like this, 3-4-1-2. Then your wing back you still get flank attacks, right? Because if you play like this, you don't get the same. You got like wing back. Okay, let's do it like this. You go wing back on support, then you end up doing this. Because then you have to like basically tell your wing backs, hey, go on overlaps. Oh man, we just conceded. I just put Inigo here. You can play. If I played a 3-back-5, then you see now we're in the opponent's half, right? Because our wing backs have got the overlap. It's the only other way to get them higher up the pitch. Because it affects their mentality, makes them even more attacking. So those are your options. So you want your wing backs further up the pitch. And that's the only real way to do it. So your options are A or B, right? So either you do this or you play with the overlap. Because you play attack duties, it's still the same shit. See what has happened? They drop it into a 5. And then you're always going to end up defending, right? So, I mean, like, then teams that play a 4-2-3-1 are just going to run rings around you. So you can play white midfielder on support as well. But there's no point. Right? Don't play a white midfielder on support. Play a defensive wing on support and a defensive wing on support. That's it. C'est la vie. That's all you need to do. You can remove the overlap. Yeah, in fact, you can do the underlap. I mean, even the underlap is not necessary. Rather, it's too aggressive. Yeah. Focus play left and right can definitely help this tactic. So, yeah, I keep making changes, right? It goes into full match again. Okay, we come back in here. So defensive, we actually focus play on the left, and then we do a focus play on the right. Okay, done. So there's a slight shift. Only problem when you do a focus play like that, gotta pay attention to your center. Will you go back to a faster speed? Thank you very much. See, that now you get like, they don't defend so deep. You don't get a 5, right? You don't get a 5. So the problem when you play, oh god, when you play with a back 5 like the way you do, teams are gonna attack you. Which is the reason why when you play with those two roles here, they're still not helping you out very much. Yeah, they weren't helping you out very much. So I would go something like this. If you have you can play your wing backs in the DW position. Then you see how the libero is now doing. Your libero is in the game now. In the other side, your libero will never come into the game. The libero again trying to do a second pass. So that's how I set up your tactic. Instead of playing it with wing backs, set up like that. Because, I mean, we saw what happens, right, with wingbacks. I mean, we saw it for a long time. We try everything, doesn't work, right? But now we get a different setup. Bang. And then you got, okay, there's a risk of you conceding goals. But come on, man, we got 3 defenders at the back. Yeah, one of them at least has to be good, right? If you... 3 defenders against 1 low striker. If they can't handle 1 low striker, then of course, you know, we got to ask something else about our team. This is how you get a libero to work. But if you wanted like a 5 setup with a libero like this, yeah, with a libero like that, I personally would do this. I will go halfback. Okay, libero. Mass support. Mass support. Okay. Then I go wing back on attack. Wing back on attack. Target man. And runs forward. Halfback. Halfback or DM on support. Okay. Alright. Why put a halfback? Mazala comes here to support the wingback. Mazala comes here to support wingback. You got target man dropping and then you got advance forward. One lone striker. That's another option. This is a more solid defensive version. You got 5, right? Then players who run through the middle are gonna have to handle this guy. The DM. I mean, we got a wrong player there as a DM. I don't know. I think it should be this guy. Yeah. Whoever. Yeah. Okay. So you can, this is another version. In fact, I prefer this. I know it's a lot more defensive. Then you got like 3. Because in the other setup, you got 2 MCs, right? And then you got 3 at the back. What happens is, this is a far more superior defensive setup than the one with 3, 2 wingbacks and 2 central midfielders, right? If you wanted to play with the AM in a 5-2-1-2, then I would definitely go like, just play with defensive wingers. Because this is actually much more better because teams can't run at you through the center as easily because you have a DM there, right? Protecting your back lines and a libero and your DM, or you can even go and do this, right? You got a DLP and a libero. They can also work together. Then they create like a partnership between the two of them. The both of them, the 2 of them will create a partnership. You can do it like this. And then they will work, these 2 will work together to release these 2, or you get the ball out to the wingbacks. So these are your options. So when you play this kind of a tactic, these are the various ways you can set it up. I wouldn't go with the first version because then you're only locked into like a target man poacher setup in front. All right. Let's see if we've got any more left to do. We've done quite a few tactics today. So, if... yes, I'm in the game. Yeah, wow. That wore off damn quickly, boy. Yeah, bring your tactics. So, we've done all that. So, we done all the tactics. So... I want to thank everybody who sent in your tactics. And if anyone is up for draft mode tonight, please look me up. Let's do some draft. The guys on Discord. We can do draft mode on Discord. We should be ready to go in a short while time. Yes, so we'll do a FM team talk next week. The focus of the team talk will be set pieces. Right, so we'll do set pieces this week. Next week we're doing set pieces. We're gonna look at all the set pieces, the way to set up set pieces and all that. So I thank everybody for sending you your tactics. Hope this helped and you found it useful. Once again, I'll thank you for your support. I hope you have a good day and take care. Stay safe, stay healthy. And there's this guy who's been running around on there's this lots of crazy is coming home celebrations from the English. Lots of fantastic. I've seen some real crazy ones out there, including images of guys running stuck. I mean, they haven't won the World Cup yet. Please, I mean, the Euros yet. So no, they're all excited about beating England, which was kind of funny. But I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and be good to yourselves. Okay, I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'll see you on Friday. And once again, please look me up if you have questions. And or even on Friday, if you've got a tactic that needs to be looked at, just bring it on the show, and I will pop up the link, and you guys can pop in a tactic if you need help. Okay, guys, take care. Bye bye. See you again soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.